Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth. We are looking at cold, sunny, 45 today. A lot of rain tomorrow for Saturday, which will not affect our ticket blitz at South Shore Kia. We'll be indoors if we have to be. Jay Letterman at noon with all those insane tickets you've heard about on the radio, read about. Jelly Roll, Zach Bryan, Riley Green, Luke Combs. And Sunday we dry out, but it will be breezy on Sunday. We're not in spring fully just yet.
Yesterday I had the heavy winter coat walking Tilly around the neighborhood. It was cold and windy.
It was very, very breezy yesterday. Quite the ordeal. Like, we were thinking about going for a walk, taking the dogs for a walk. No, can't do it yesterday.
It was cold. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Cande, a few things before we get to some of these articles. I had to take my truck in for a service. I went to see Tim and Tony and the crew at Midway Auto there in Moriches. They're very good. They know what they're doing. And Tim drove the truck around the other day so he could hear what I was hearing. The hub bearings, which I don't know what that is, okay? But the hub bearings on my left tire were going, and it sounded like the truck was going to fall apart at any moment.
Well, good thing it alerted you.
It was a horrible sound, and yeah, it might have at any moment. So that got that fixed, thankfully, running strong now. So I'm excited.
You got a lot of people to take around. You can't have anything happening.
Too much going on over here. Absolutely. So got that taken care of. Very good. Thank you, Tim and Tony and Midway Auto. They're fantastic. They know what they're doing. Then yesterday we talked about, I know you were not here, but there was an article regarding if you could get a lifetime 99% discount on any category, which would you pick? Which is the best for you financially? And the categories were like luxury goods, meaning iPhones, jewelry, that kind of stuff. And then there was a category, gasoline. And then there was a category, utility bills. And then there was insurance and taxes and all these different categories. And what do you think would make the most financial sense for you to get a lifetime discount on? So I gave my father some homework to do yesterday.
Oh.
You know how he sits in his recliner with the pen, the pencil, the paper?
He's jotting everything down.
He's jotting, he's thinking, he's working, he's right. So he got back to me. And obviously, everybody's different in their spending, their tax bracket, all these different things. But he said his answer is take the discount on the taxes or the health care. That was his recommendation.
Oh, and he is a man who knows.
Yes, he said depending on one's tax bracket, 99% off taxes or health care is the way to go. But he said, look, that doesn't count college and vacations and cars, and if we're taking that out of the equation, obviously, he says healthcare and taxes. He says don't do it for the luxury goods. Don't do it for the gasoline when we might be all electric cars in 15 years.
Oh boy, they still need a little gas,
Yeah. So that was and I will trust my father on that one.
I would too. He's brilliant, mother and father.
Yes,
too bad
very
you didn't
much
get
so.
All their smarts.
Right, like I got pieces of it.
Pieces of it, absolutely. Did any one of you get all of their smarts? Amy, Dina, you?
No, see, we could debate that all day, but no, 100% all the smarts, no. I don't think any of us got them all. Because, we don't have to get into it, but if you're going to say who's the closest, I think you're looking at him right here, Cam.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just opened a can of worms over here.
Yes, you did. And one more for you before I want to get into a couple of these articles, but one more for you. You remember last year when I took Leah around, we went to see the high school shows, right?
Yes. I was
Okay.
wondering what happened.
This year, we've been so busy, we haven't had a chance. There's still a lot still to come, and we'll get to a few, but I haven't been able to get to any other than the one at their school. So, I got an email 2 days ago from one of the people that run the Eastport South Manor, ESM as it's known, drama department. And she remembers how last year we discussed their Mean Girls show that they put on.
Yes, you loved it.
They were great. And it wasn't just, like the show itself. It was the kids in the show were remarkable. The voices, the acting, they were really top notch. The auditorium is beautiful. I got an email 2 days ago. They said, listen, wanted to let you know, because you haven't really discussed it, we are putting on Chicago this weekend.
Oh, that's a good one.
And tonight we are going to see Chicago.
Yay! Oh, I wonder who's Roxy. This is fabulous. You
Yeah.
see, they're listening to us. They love it.
We can't wait. It's going to be great. We have tickets for the family. We'll see most are coming. We'll see. It's not just me and Leah, so we'll see. I know Brittany, my niece, is going to go, and yeah. So we are excited about that. Chicago.
That is
tonight.
exciting. That's a
Yep.
great show. Wow, that's a hard one.
I remember seeing that on Broadway. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Wow. All right.
All right.
I can't wait to have the review Monday.
I will give you the report, no doubt. We spoke earlier about beer goggles. I had to explain it to you a little bit.
Yes, and then I realized, yes, I think I've worn them. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's an old term, as you know. There is now a term trending, office goggles, Candy.
Yeah.
When you find people in your office more attractive because you're contained together every day, and every day, a 7 may look like a 9, a 6 may look like an 8, and you become closer with these people.
Well, let me just say this.
Mm-hmm.
When you know someone, you first see, you say, oh, they're good, nice looking. They're all right,
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to know them. And if they're really nice, they become better looking.
Agreed.
If they're a rotten human being with a terrible soul, they get uglier.
Right.
So that, I think, has a lot to do with it, too.
I think that is 50% of it, no doubt.
Yeah.
Because when it's not just, there could be a good-looking person in your office, but if you don't know them, you don't talk to them, there's not going to be, that thing. But when you sit and you talk to someone, you like their personality and stuff, that's where I think office goggles may come from. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that is a thing. And, just be mindful, Candy, you and I, in a confined space,
You're getting better looking every day.
You just never know. You don't know what's going to happen around
Look
here.
at those eyes on you.
Thank you, honey. Very, very nice. And how about this one? A new report says that more restaurants could charge non-refundable deposits for reservations.
What?
Well, hotel...
Non-refundable?
All right, hold on. Hotels put a charge on your card for incidentals, right?
Yes.
And doctors, sometimes if you don't cancel an appointment, you could get charged like $25 or something for not showing up to an appointment. So fancy restaurants, not the chain restaurants and stuff, but fancy restaurants that might lose money if you're a no-show, might put charges you to make your reservation. You have to do a credit card on an app or give them a credit card. They could put $50 or $100 on, and if you don't show up, you have to pay it because then they have an empty table. What do you think?
I think it's steep.
Mm-hmm.
I think you better show up. I'll think twice the next time I make reservations to make sure we indeed show up. I didn't show up to my dentist the other day, but I did call.
Right.
And they sent me a little thing that you need 24 hours to cancel. Less
Yes.
than 24. Hey, you won't see me again if you keep up this nonsense, okay?
That's right. Stop pushing me away. That's right.
Really?
Yeah, see, you said all the things I say. At first, you're like, why would I book a restaurant that's going to charge me? But then when you start to think about it, if you can't show up for your reservation, it's very simple to go on the app or make a phone call and just cancel it. That's it.
Correct.
Right?
I mean, we've even called when there'd be an extra person coming. Let's say you made a reservation for 4, but 5's coming. Always, I think it's good to give a heads up.
Absolutely. So a lot of these
100 is
restaurants,
steep, though. It's a little steep. 100.
well, they're talking really fancy places where you might pay 70, 80, 90 bucks for a steak. That's what they're discussing
Oof,
here.
That'd be a really good steak.
So yeah, I don't think it's that big a deal because absolutely, and by the way, the reservation fee, if you show up and you have dinner, it doesn't get charged as an extra fee. It just gets taken off your bill at the end.
I
So,
understand that.
right, just have the courtesy to call and cancel your reservation.
You know what? You said the word of the day, courtesy. Have a
Yeah.
little courtesy, and none
That's
of this
all.
will happen.
Exactly.
I see
Yeah.
your point now. You've made it quite clear.
Thanks. So it's time to move on, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Bald and the Beautiful Entertainment comes up about 8:12, less than 20 minutes. National Day's good news stories in the 8 o'clock hour as well. We'll tell you how broccoli is being used for makeup at about 8:48. We'll get into
Broccoli
that.
last night. Does that make me more beautiful today?
Well, if you saved a couple of, pieces, we'll tell you what the deal is there.
Interesting.
Yeah. We got about 45, sunny, but, chilly today. A lot of rain tomorrow, and then Sunday clears out, but breezy. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.